fuck? Interesting. There we go. Let's do that. Make it always on top. Of course I can't. Why not? Dumb. Every time I click on something. Oh, no, cool. All right, where do we leave off here? Case conversation not auto opening when an update is triggered. User had to at or reply to continue. LLM not catching messages without at or reply. Hard-coded triggers you want replaced with LLM intent. Yes, that is definitely true. Stuff like at Bill, are you still there? Being missed. Broader backlog. Wow, that has a massive delay to it. No, it doesn't. I'm just being dumb. Then yeah, refractor, game knowledge, kill auto learning, cold reading is good enough. Command restructuring. Also mentioned you were going to kill auto learning since the bot does fine with cold reading. Game knowledge. Where do you want to pick up? Where do I want to pick up off? So I'm in the update branch. Cases. Have intern. To how is triggered and find all the hard-coded triggers. I can make this on top, always on top. Call investigate for some workflow that's been working. Have him map out every trigger point, what's hard-coded, what's LLM based, what's confident threshold are. Each path's some format as the game knowledge discussion or dissection. We'll just start a new one here. I want to keep that one because that's for later. right, while he's doing that, let's kind of look into this game knowledge thing here again. Because the game knowledge thing is, I need to change it from game knowledge to like program knowledge. Eventually, this is going to be mapped out differently. Actually, might not take him too long, so. I gotta go through all of the permissions. God, that handler and agent.ts, those things are huge. I mean, freaking huge. I look for some music to play. Used to have some. I definitely want some music on my own though. I have. Make sure I have all that turned off. I do. Cool. Do 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 do. TARP. That's not what I want. YouTube music. Why are you loaded up on that one? That's not the account I want to be on. I want to be on this one. Okay. Welcome to the mind of a different kind. Oh, come on, hurry up. Being impatient. Static and dynamic learning. This doesn't actually work right now, if I remember correctly. Terms, definitions, pairs, these. Oh yeah, this is gonna be tricky to extract. I got it term definitions. I got a little bit of everything here for game knowledge. You done yet? No. Oop. He's done now. Trigger point system.md. Beautiful. All right. All right. The bot has a layered trigger system where incoming Discord events pass through a series of hard-coded gates before optionally reaching LLM-based decision points. Not every message touches the LLM, which is what we're going to change. Most are filtered out by cheap, whatever that word is, checks first. Yeah, see, that's what I want to get rid of. All right, Discord events, frameworks, but right now I kind of just want to empty, rate, limit, dia, passes, context routing, LLM decision point. Now I want to know if this is for just updates for the entire bot or just the update ticket stuff. Entire bot, every trigger path, not just ticket updates. Okay. Want me to narrow it down? No, not yet. Anyway. Yes, make a new document for just the update ticket triggers. Because I want to have both. Now, if I remember correctly, the normal trigger is fine. Just the update one, that's kind of a hassle. Any slash command, button press, model submit, or context menu action. Push my faith a little closer to the edge. Bootstrap, that makes everything else possible. Send start message to configure channel. Validates classifier forum channel exists. Initializes classifier store. SQLite. LLM provider. Classified agent. Yeah. Conversation manager. Linear. It's not message trigger. It's the bootstrap that makes everything else possible. Okay. So then it checks slash commands, button press, submission, button interaction, context window, no LLM, involvement in routing, all hard-coded command, name matching. Yeah, so those are just for the commands, which we got to go over those too. Those are in shambles. It's all things in shambles. All the go to command name matches. All that I don't care about. Once again, any non-bot message in any channel. This is the main trigger pipeline. All classifications, auto reply, and conversation logic flows through here. See section 3.7 for full breakdown. So that's the source classifier handler.ts 2103. I can get rid of that. 2103. Let's go look. Look at that, 2103 right here. So this entire thing. So I almost want to just extract this. How long does it go to? 2103. So 2103, 2103, 2103, and then it changes. Right So I think this is the end. Yeah. So right here is the end. From here, so there's 100 lines of code. That's not too bad. A little over. I just want to. Oops, 2103. I went way past. Okay, so right here. See, same message twice. Clean up old entries after 60 seconds. Get classifier components from client. Forum thread we're tracking. Cool. So we actually already have that? Okay. New thread created in classifier forum channel. Hard-coded conditions must be newly created, not from cache. Parent must be classified channel ID. Thread owner must not be the bot. Good call, buddy. What happens? 2-second delay, Discord propagates. We did that because of title issues. Okay, these are deterministic zero cost filters that run before any LLM call. Every message create event passes through them in order. So it does bot author check. All bot messages slightly ignored, no further processing. Duplication check, obviously, so we don't duplicate. It's double processing from Discord's event. Each message ID removed from set after 60 seconds. Empty content. Turn messages with no context embedded only. I've given up. This must satisfy at least one of all hard-coded bot mentioned in forum thread in classifier channel. All hard-coded channel IDs from environment config. See, I'm thinking all of this is okay. I don't have any problem with any of this stuff. This is the main initial part that this actually works fine. I do got to fix the, these are every place that the bot calls the LLM to make a decision. Each one costs an API call, which is fine. I don't care about that. Message patch is all hard-coded. So issue, idea, question, neither. Bug report detected. Features suggested detected. So we have to have those back and forth because obviously we want to make them feature versus idea. Or feature versus issue, which we need to change the type to feature, not idea. Which that's going to be a massive project in itself. Also returns confidence, is complete, question. Loop behavior can run up to max rounds, default 5. Iterations if it needs to ask clarifying questions. Good song. Abort conditions, type neither, exit immediately. Huh. Wait. Hang on. I think I might have just figured out my error here on this other issue here. I'm not going to put this on display because it says personal information, but okay, let's see. So what is it? Max 5, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. We only got to 3. So why did it call for abandonment on this? Unanswerable question. Ah. I gotta screenshot this and send it to my buddy here. Fucking breaking my bot. Okay, so figured out that issue. Add that to the list. Directed at bot detection. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have another document to look at. Yes. See, I swore we had it set up for this. I'm ADHDing here. And it's traveling, it stiffers down my spine. All right, back to this. Stop getting sidetracked. All right, message. Here we go. Direct app bot detection. This is something I need to remove because we're not going to use this. But I'm trying to think if I want to use it for other, maybe just have it. Oh, well, we already have it on a feature. Yes, direct. No. At mention the bot. Yes, directed. 2 or 3. But is this for just update context provided? Message is in a forum thread and it didn't directly reply to bot tier 1 or mentioned bot. What it decides: direct at Boolean reason string, temperature, so 1, so very deterministic. Yeah, very, very. Tester, but more mod game and cheats. That is extreme ADHD, buddy. You stop getting distracted. So I need to figure out for 4B if this is for in the thread, outside the thread, because we have uses in 3 flows: forum auto reply, ticket update detection, which is what I have here, retroactive classification, untracked thread, no ticket. Once again, stop getting sidetracked. It's not like it's that important. See, now we're starting to get into user intent classification called during confirmation clarification phases. User replies to an active conversation. So, but the conversation has to be active for this to trigger. This is where I'm getting into issues with the updates. I do not want to do anything for 2-3 days. Yep. I feel that, buddy. User approves summary. Save ticket. It's to a yes, it'll click as edit, not cancel. Yeah, it's because it's what interests you, buddy. Okay, feedback application. What is this? 84 to 930. That's ways up there. This is why I need, what was the 841 to 930? What? 41 to 930. Don't you mean 839? Retroactive classification. Oh, that's an agent.ts, dumbass. Okay, function call when intent equals edit. LLM reapplies user's correction to the structure classification fields. If LLM can't detect changes, differing reveals no diff, it asks the user to clarify. This is generative, not classificatory. It modifies the ticket summary. Yes, and this is what we changed last time I was on here. Knowledge learning validation. This is I'm gonna get rid of this. This just doesn't do anything. During classification, if the LLM encounters terms it thinks are domain specific, is this real domain term or garbage? Is this correction? Yeah. So I'm just gonna get rid of this because this is on the to-do list as well. I really wish it would have given me more on this one. I have a whole nother document to look at though. I'm not even halfway through this document. Question answering. When called, classification returns type question. Whether the question is answerable from learned knowledge. Oh, okay. So this is, so if you ask a question like what is a parcel, it will check its database. If it knows it, then it will push it. This I can actually. No, this is what I want right here. Thread reply response. Okay, direct add bot. Wow, we only have a 0.4 on this. Okay. Update confirmation. So these actually kind of go hand in hand right here. Generates a human readable summary of what changed, formatted for user confirmation, which once again is what we changed last time. But my thing is how we generate This is what's bugging me. I need to up that. We need it to be like 0.7. I think 0.7 is fairly good because it's, I mean, for the most part, it's really good at determining user versus what it needs to respond to. Because I can come into here. Well, actually, not even that. If I go into testing and be like, this is at a 0.7. So is anyone having problems with boats? Now, if I do this, it should detect that is anyone. So I'm asking a question to anyone. So I wonder if it actually. Oh, I don't even have it running right now. That was pointless. Me doing that. Um, okay, and then confirmation, confidence threshold, and numeric cutoffs. Knowledge learning confiscation. Question answer delay. We have a 30-second delay on this because just in case somebody else. So now let me drag this back over here. Is anyone having issues with boats? I'm curious on how confident it is, if it's going to create a thing. Yeah, see, it would have created by now. Great. I think so. And also, the other cool thing is if you reply to them, which some people do, some people don't. I can't reply to my own message. Jesus. Yes, I am having an issue with boats. They just disappear. Um, so now it detected that. Oh, it actually still created it. I actually did not want that. That's fine. We'll let that auto resolve on its own. Rate limiting conversation timeout. Current limits. Conversation opening paths. There are exactly 4 paths that can open a new conversation, create a forum thread, and start tracking state. If I remember correctly, the update version is broken, so we're gonna have to figure that out too. Um, hard-coded gates. See, that's what I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of just all hard-coded gates. User creates forum thread directly. So that at the new message and classifier channel. Um, here we go. No active conversation exists. Agent classified needs confirmation. Creates forum post. Conversation open. States. So this is if they make their own post. Question answered. Schedule delay answered. No conversation. Neither. Silently ignore. No conversation. Well, LLM classifies an issue, idea, and returns need confirmation or needs input. User creates form. Nope. So this is the creates a forum post. So what's this one then? New message and classifier channel. What's the classifier channel? Is that the Okay. So this is just the initial path. Then conversation does not open when question or neither. I see. So when it's a question, like for instance, what is a parcel? This should answer it. I think it has a 30-second delay, so we'll let it sit there and I'll just drink my coffee. My coffee. Come on. Don't make me a fool. There we go. Okay. So that's neither. And like me answering, is anyone having issues with boats? That would be a neither, because it detected, hey, there's it's talking to somebody else. Okay, and then next one is if they make a direct forum post. User creates thread in classifier forums. Hardcode check. Newly created, not from cache. Parent, classified channel, owner, equals bot. Nope, I'll pass. 2-second delay, Discord propagates. Classifier thread or OP LLM call. Thread adopted, conversation opened. So now if hard-coded check passed, the thread already exists. Bot just adopts it. Retroactive classification. This is the other. Okay, this is the cool one. This is another thing we added last time, is if there's already a thread post, but there's no ticket generated, it goes through that whole process. Message in forum thread with no ticket, no active conversation, directed at bot, check. See, and that's another thing. I want to get away from the direct at bot check, which is 3-tier. Apply to bot, no. At mentioned, no. LLM check, no. Ignored, yes. Any tier. Okay, so it does have LLM check to it too, but we just need to make it more a higher confidence level, I guess. Or I guess they call it a temperature, higher temperature. Then classify thread content on thread OP LLM call, thread adopt, conversation opens. When user addresses bot in an untracked forum thread, requires pass the direct bot detection, 2 hard-coded tiers plus 1 LLM tier. I'm okay with that. But we just need to raise the. I think that's all we really need to do is just raise the LLM triggers. Re-engagement of pause conversations. So a message in forum thread with paused conversations, re-engagement window, 12 hours within window, unarchived thread. And we need to change this too, because we have it set so 24 hours it deletes, but what happens? I'm gonna have to do some testing on this. Got 3 hours before I have to leave, so we got plenty of time. Conversation, re-engaged conversation, not a new conversation. Now we're gonna be also adding an update, so when it triggers an update, it's just gonna open up another conversation. Routing. Once a conversation is open, every subsequent message in that thread routes. All right. Once conversation is open, every subsequent message in that thread routes through this decision tree. All right. User replies in active conversation thread. Fetch conversation state from database. What's the current status? Awaiting confirmation. Checking for hard-coded yes, no. Regex. first. Matches, yes, regex, confirmation ticket. Matches, no, regex. I forgot what regex means. Oh well. Are you sure? Go back. No regex, confirmation, edit, ask for clarification. When classification phase, feed answer back to classify, loop, LLM call. Need more information, ask this question, complete, show confirmation, max rounds, exceeded, abandoned. I gotta get rid of this too because I don't want the ticket to ever be abandoned. Make a docu. No what? Never mind. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We'll worry about that here in a second. I want to get this updater fixed. I had learned a lot of good things with this. I'm gonna ship this off to WebCloud or AppCloud. AppCloud. Okay, intent classification. Default Claude provider fallback for unspecific calls. Temperature set per call in agent default. Scheduled polling triggers. Oh, this is for linear. I don't care about that. That all is working fine. Yeah, all message routing, gates, checks, conversation, states, machines, forum, but 2,400 lines of code. That's just ridiculous. 1260. That's not too bad. Still quite high on the high side. So we're gonna come back to those. Yeah, this is just okay, let's look at the update, how updates triggers work. Wow. It's still just as long. Not as long, I guess. Now we kind of already know how this works. Ticket update system sits on top of the forum auto reply layer. It activates when a user sends a message in the forum thread that it already has a completed ticket. The system must answer 2 questions before anything happens. Is this message meant for me? Direct app bot detection, 2 hard-coded tiers plus 1 LLM tier. Does this message contain new information? LLM classification via response to thread. Only if both answers are yes does the update flow activate. Those are hard-coded tiers. I'm just trying to think of how I want to go about this because I wanted to hit the LLM a little harder on it. Only if bot answers are yes does the flow activate. Message in forums, is this for me? Yes. Any new information? Yes. Shows update confirmation. Wait for yes or no. Yes. But I've wanted to kind of it just needs to pick up more. That bot. Does message contain new information? See, we have hard-coded, 2 LLM calls in the update thing. I don't really care about the money thing. It's already an active conversation. See, these are fine. Does this thread have complete ticket? Is there already an active conversation? Debounce, direct app bot. I mentioned those are fine. The contextuals is what I need to figure out. And this is also the other thing. User said anything else, hard-coded, else, branch, no LLM. That's actually nice. I'm glad it actually posted this. I'll update detection start. There are two functions that can kick off the update flow depending on whether the thread already has an active conversation recorded in the database. I love how much information he can extract from this. Just really makes me go about like, fuck, I have no idea what my actual code actually does. So this is good information for me. When called, messages in a forum thread that has a completed ticket and no active conversation. So now we need to, once it answers the two questions, we'll up the tier. We'll up the temperature a little bit on the LLM call. Yeah, because, well, it's I think a low number. Here, let me ask. Is a low temp? I can't spell temperature. Temperature. Oh, here, let me actually do this. Does a low temperature trigger the bot more or a higher temperature? Did I just spell temperature wrong again? I did. Higher temperature. Does it work kinda like confidence level? Not quite. Temperature doesn't control whether the bot triggers. It controls how predictable the LLM output is. Low temperature, the LLM picks the most likely answer almost every time. Same input, same output. Think of it as strict mode. High temperature, 0.4 to 0.7 equals LLM is more willing to pick less likely words. Same input, varied outputs. Think of it as creative mode. It's more like a randomness dial than a confidence level. Okay. So 0.1 temperature, near identical answers every time. Intent classification direct at bot. These need to be reliable. Yes, no decisions. I see. Okay. Most consistent. Hard-coded gates, channel check, rejects, matches. Binary pass, fail. Confidence scores the LLM returns like the 0.7. The confidence thresholds are the should I act dial temperature is the how consistently should I think dial. I see. Okay. So we don't have confidence levels in okay. The confidence level of the LLM here. It may show in this doc. I just haven't got to it. LLM directed at doesn't have confidence threshold. It returns a simple direct boolean. It's binary yes, no, and that. But there's no 0.7 style cutoff like question answering or knowledge learning have. If the LLM says true, the bot acts on it. Okay. Citizen forum thread. Thread has an existing ticket in database. No active conversation. No conversation in database with active status. Has an active conversation record in database. Key difference from path A. This path has access to the existing conversation history from database, including the last bot message. For more accurate tier 3 directed at bot detection. Yeah, so we need more LLM trigger. Incoming tip mission. Okay. Is this direct reply? One message of my message. Reference matches bot. Hard coded free. Directed at bot. Skips remaining tiers. No. Continues to tier 1. Does this message at mention me? This hard coded free. Directed at bot. Skips tier 3. Okay, so no. Continues tier 3. This is the one. Does the context suggest this is for me? Upload direct. Okay, so it's tier 3 that we need to work on then. But I think, so these are just triggers though. God, how do I want to do this, guys? So here's an issue I'm having. So if we at the bot, you know, the LLM trigger, figuring it out, like whatever, I don't care. The trigger isn't really the issue. The issue is that it's not determining that, hey, this is still happening and it should be going through clarification questions. Are you still here? It needs to be. So here's what we're gonna do. We have how it triggers. Thread. This is the core LLM call for update flow. What gets fed to the LLM includes game knowledge, yeah, all stored terms converted, appended after stored history. You're responding to a follow-up message in the thread about whatever. Your job is to reply helpful and conversationally, determine if the user's message contains any new information relevant to the issue idea that information that this includes steps to reproduce, additional context, clarifications, corrections, screenshot mentions, or workaround tried, affected version frequencies, severity, or any details not already in the conversation history. Be generous with has new information. If the user is providing context, details, or elaborating on the issue in any way that counts as new information. Only set has new information to false if the message is purely a question, a thanks, or a small talk with zero new detail. When has new information is true, write a update summary that combines the original issue with all the new details into a complete standalone summary. When has new information is true, also write a short change summary describing only what the new message added, not the full summary, just the delta. This should be 1 to 2 sentence max. Hmm. One to 2 cents delta. JSON parse failure fallback. I really don't care about that right now. This is really good information though. Like, not the one I want in my bed. LM is explicitly instructed to be generous with has new information. The only thing that should return false. Pure questions. When will this be fixed? Thanks / acknowledgement. Small talk with 0 new details. This is why I'm having so much issues. This needs to be like, this will be the last time that I spend on. I'm never gonna play again. Hmm. It just needs to be tightened up. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send this off to AppCloud as my QC. I read through it. I figured out all the things. You're not the one I want in my bed. Stuck in your head. Okay, let's open this bad boy up. Do Discord bot, docs. I want this file, this file. Okay, there is 2 files here. The update triggers one is the one we need to concentrate on right now. But the other one will be useful for other problems. We will come across, or we will look at later. Please read both. Please read both. I have looked and dissected both already. I see where issues are. I just want your analysis. Okay, we'll let him do that. Hmm. Yeah, I don't care where it's stored and all that stuff. That's not what we're looking at right now. These are excellent investigations. Here's my analysis. The core edge case problem conversation is not opening on updates. Get the update trigger doc, section 7. is the key. When handle ticket update path A detects new information and creates a conversation state, is setting status to awaiting confirmation. The correct, but the problem you described, conversation is not opening when update is triggered. Correct. That's one problem. Is likely in the tier 3 LLM check. That is correct. I do agree with that. A, null last bot is section 3 calls this out explicitly without knowing what Bill last said. The LLM has way less context to decide if a message is directed at the bot. Path B has the full conversation history and passes the actual last bot message. So identical messages get different results depending on which path they enter through. A user says, actually, I found a workaround without at mentioning, gets caught on path B, but missed on path A because tier 3 doesn't have enough context. The fix, path A has tickets, raw conversation, parse out the last assistance message from there and passes it as last bot message instead of null. That equalizes both paths. Confirmation, yes, no problem. 8 of the trigger points. Doc reveals something important. The update confirmation rejects has no LLM fallback for non-matching responses. The initial ticket confirmation flow has rejects. LLM intent classification, edit, cancel, confirm, clear, but the update confirmation is binary. Rejects, make, match, or discards and close. So if a user says that's right, or ship it, or look correct, the update gets thrown away and conversation closes. That's frustrating UX. I agree. Fix, add the same LLM intent classification fallback that ticket confirmation has. Rejects. What the fuck does rejects mean? God damn it. Regular expression. Okay, thank you. I don't know why I don't remember that. All right. Has rejects first, cheap. LLM second, catch natural language. Then default to unclear. Please say yes or no. Hardcore triggers, I hate problem. From the trigger point, Doc, the 3 yes rejects patterns are slightly different across contexts, which is confusing to maintain, but more importantly, the no pattern for update confirmation doesn't exist. Anything that isn't yes is treated as rejection. A user says, wait, can you change the summary? Gets the same treatment as no. That should route to edit, not discard. My recommendation priority for edge case fixes pass last bot message from raw conversation and path A LLM detects add LLM. Add those 3 changes should fix the edge cases you described. Want to plan these out? I also noticed that when questions get asked in the update phase, like um, like is like the other thing I want to make sure this fixes or we need to fix is stuff like in a screenshot. Ah, you bastard, stop. In the screenshot. The LM should also catch things like this if we don't at or reply. This is where I want the tier 3 to trigger more stuff. But here in the example, it didn't go for clarification questions. Also, I remember that if the bot detects an update, it doesn't open a conversation. We need it to open a conversation so it can ask the questions it needs if there is need for questions. I know I'm double saying that, but makes you cry again. Sorry about fucking all your friends. What? There is a need for questions. The flow for make sure to also need to make sure that if we have regex already in place that we reuse them. I don't want duped code. Let's plan and talk this all out. Okay, let's break this down. There are actually 3 separate problems in this screenshot, your description, and they're all connected. This is still happening, shouldn't go straight to confirmation. The vague Bill captured it as added workaround, parcels don't disappear if you, which is actually info from a previous update, not from this is still happening. The LLM's generous bias has new info, treated a vague statement as new info, and just recycled old context into the summary. Exactly. Thank you. Bill should have asked, what's different now? Are you on a new version? Did something change? Exactly. I agree. The root cause, the update flow has no clarification step. It detects, confirms, saves. The ticket creation flow has detect, clarify, confirm, save. Let me reread that. The root cause, the update flow has no clarification step. It detects, confirms, save. I see. The ticket creation flow has detect, clarify, confirm, save. Yeah, we don't have the clarify. The update flow skipped the middle step entirely. No conversation opening on update detection. This is why there's no clarification when respond to thread reply returns has no info. True. The code jumps straight to the generic update confirmation and creates a conversation in awaiting confirmation state. There's no open state for updates, no room for back and forth before the confirmation. The ticket creation flow has 2 possible states: needs input, clarification loop, and needs confirmation, ready to confirm. The update flow has the equivalent of need confirmation. Yeah. So we basically just need to open it up so that it can actually go through its clarification questions. With at and or reply, tier 3 misses messages. You want someone to just say, this is still happening in a thread with an existing ticket and have Bill catch it. Right now, tier 3 passes null for last bot message on path A, giving the LLM less context. But even with the context, a message like this is still happening with no at mention is ambitious. Is the user talking to the group or to Bill? Here's how to approach fixing all three. The update flow needs a mirror the creation flow more closely. Instead of respond to thread reply, return binary has new information that goes straight to confirmation. It should return something like has new information, true, is complete, true, enough detail to go to confirmation, which is kind of what it does right now. Well, it thinks it does. Has new info, true, is complete, false, new information detected, but vague, ask clarifying questions. Has new info, false, new info, reply conversationally. This is still happening would be has new information, true, is complete, false. Yes, the user is reporting something, but there's not enough detail to capture a useful update. Bill opens a conversation, asks what changed, and then shows a confirmation when he has real info. For the conversation opening when is complete, false, create a conversation state with status open instead of awaiting confirmation. Store the context and let the existing conversation continuation handler manage the back and forth. When the LLM finally has enough info, then flip to awaiting confirmation and show the option A confirmation. For tier 3, pass the last assistant message from raw conversations instead of null. That gives LLM context to, wait, let me restart that. For tier 3, pass the last assistant message from raw conversation instead of null. That gives the LLM context to know Bill was previously talking in this thread. Also for threads with existing tickets, specifically, you could lower the bar slightly. If someone is posting in the bug report thread, it's more likely directed to at Bill than in a random thread. Correct, I agree. Regex reuse, pull the yes no pattern into shared content constant at the top handlers.ts, something like whatever. Use those everywhere instead of 3 different inline regex patterns once placed to update 0 duplications, which we'll fix all the duplication stuff later. That's actually part of my plan today after we get this fixed. Add is complete. To response, thread, reply, output. Let the LLM distinguish vague updates from detailed updates. When is complete, false, open conversation, and open. What's your take? Does this match what you're seeing, or do you want to adjust any of it? No, this is exactly what I mean, the only thing we could do is just try it. So right now, I am in a new branch. I'm still in that branch, right? Yeah, feature ticket updates. It's exactly what I am looking for. It seems to allow the LLM more access to information that it needs to determine what to do if the bot is not added, and it gets the ball rolling better for the updates. Exactly. The LLM is smart enough to make these decisions. It wasn't getting the context it needs. Wasn't being given the option to ask questions. Binary has new information, no clarification steps. We're not adding complexity. We're removing artificial restrictions that were making bot dumber or Bill dumber than he should be. Want me to write up a plan doc for the intern, or do you want to sketch it out together? First, give the edge cases you've already been fighting with. Let's just list out what edge cases this will all solve. Just so we make sure that they are all there in one sweep. Discussed across. Okay. Edge cases solve. This is still happening. Go straight to confirmation with recycle old info instead of asking what changed. Vague updates like still broken or same issue gets captured as updates when they have no new detail. Okay, so it's just still broken, same issue. It should still ask when they have no new details. User says something ambiguous, and build generates confirmation with make up context instead of asking. Edge case is solved by opening a conversation on update decision. User provides an update. Bill edge case solved by passing last spot messages in path. Yep. Edge case solved by shares. Yes, no, regex, constants. Edge case is solved by LLM intent fallback. That's right. The 14 edge cases across 5 fixes. Anything missing? 14 edge case. Yeah, that's a lot. User says, user provides 4. User provides an update. Bill shows confirmation, but users can't continue the conversation without at or reply because no conversation state was opened. Users say no or request changes to update confirmation and conversation just dies. No way to iterate. 6, no clarification loop means Bill can't ask follow-up questions for incomplete updates. Edge case solved by passing the tier 3 LLM check misses messages that are clearly about the ticket but don't at Bill because it has no context that Bill was never in conversation. 8, path A and path B give different detection results for identical messages because path A passes null context. Edge cases solved by sharing yes no. 3 slightly different yes patterns across ticket confirmation, summary confirmation, and update confirmation. And consistent behavior depends on which flow you're in. Do it works in basic confirmations, but not in update confirmation. 11. Any future changes to confirmation phases need updating in 3 places instead of 1. Edge case solved by LLM intent fallback on update conversation. That's right, or ship it, or looks correct to me. Natural language confirmations that don't match the regex gets treated as rejection, which we're gonna fix. Wait, can you change the summary? Gets discarded instead of routing to edit. 14, users provide a correction in their reply and it gets thrown away instead of applied. Let's build a plan doc for intern to build his implementation plan with the code. Make sure to put in there if he finds something we missed or need to change. Or put in there Code investigation. Okay. Five fixes, 14 edge cases fixed. Hopefully it fixes everything. First shot, maybe with a little bit of tweaks. It's kind of the pattern here. Yay! All right, we'll come here. I'll go download. Let's actually look into this a little bit though. Discord bot, docs, plans. It never adds the date. Damn it. 26/03/14. Okay. We'll just run over this real quick. Okay, goal 14, edge cases in the ticket update flow by giving LLM more context, adding a clarification step to updates, unify regex patterns, and adding intent clarification fallback to update confirmation. Guiding principles. The update flow should mirror the creation flow more closely. Creation has detect, clarify, confirm, save, yeah, and then we only have the 3 steps. Okay. Is complete to response. Perfect. 3 states. Yep. I think that should be okay. No new information. Reply conversationally. Unchanged. I think this will be pretty cool if it works the way I think it's going to work. I need to go grab some more coffee. All right. Coffee reloaded. Conversation states. Yep, we talked about that. Last bot message in path A. Extract share yes. Fix constraints. LM intent fallback. Update. This is for that. All right. I think I'm going to ship this plan over to intern, and we'll go from there, I guess. 260314. I'm actually going to start a new conversation. Twenty-six, 14. Read the plan. It's well structured document covering 5 edge cases. Like you like to do with this? Should I investigate the code base and build a detailed implementation plan with exact line numbers and code changes? Yes, please use superpowers for investigation and implementation plan. All right, we'll see what he comes up with. Superpowers writing plans. Love it. To thoroughly investigate code base. Evolution. Bot is requesting permission to use bash. Oh, my bad. Yes. I forgot. I started a new conversation. I have to do all these bullshit. Guys. All right, while he's doing that, I want to look into other issue. I don't care about the game knowledge thing. I got it all documented. So, if I have you investigate while another combo is investigating, will that cause issues? No, it won't cause issues. Multiple cloud code conversations can safely read the same code base simultaneously. Reading files and searching code doesn't modify anything. The only risk would be if both conversations try to edit the same file at the same time, which could cause merge conflicts or overwritten changes as long as one conversation is making edits at a time or just edit. Okay. Let's do an investigation on how the abandonment triggers and what happens after an abandonment is triggered. have some conflicts that I need to fix. Oh my God, Claude, stop asking for shit. Just do it. Waiting. Superpower plan directory. Directory. Kill streak. Makes you want to play. Super. Why? Why'd you make a? You're an idiot. I should have said no on that. Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. I can tell caffeine is kicking in. I wish I can have all this music going on in my stream, but you know. And it's still idle, timeout, experience, paused. You done yet? Yeah, you are. Fuck yeah. LM reaches max rounds 5 without completing classification. Status abandon. LM classifies input as neither, not an issue or idea. State status either. User types cancel. Never mind. Pairing clarification confirmation triggers a confirmation step. Did you want to cancel this ticket? Reply yes to delete it. On yes. Time base, yeah, it's just idle timeout, active wait confirmation, pause, thread archives with no notification. Active awaiting confirmation, thread deletes. Yep. That's pretty normal. When the pause abandoned thread still exists, a user posting an update could create a new conversation in a waiting confirmation state, potentially conflicting with the original. Oh yeah, I need to change that too. I'm glad I did this because I don't know why you need it into the git logs, but whatever. Race condition and confirmation between setting status to confirmed and archive the thread. The cleanup interval could theoretically run mitigated by changing status first. Re-engagement after pause. Users can reply within the 12 hours re-engagement windows, which restores the conversation to active state. Let me go to the overview for triggers. I already have the screenshot. Let's just go to that. Copy image. So we had an issue where my tester responded to a clarification question or question with a question, and it abandoned the conversation. I want to tighten the entire abandonment actions. So let's write an entire document on this. Be very detailed, please. Okay, yeah. Whew. He's just editing the. Okay, plan complete. All right, let's ship this off to our QC, quality control. I need to clean these up again, don't I? It's actually in superpower plan, isn't it? Yeah, you idiot. I don't. Uh, gonna have web Claude QC it quick. Just okay. So far we have never had a QC that he didn't have something changed. Little things, I guess. Would you like to QC this for me? Good. Let me know what comes back. I already can. I need to pull this up too because 314. Oh, wrong. I don't know why he did that. It's kind of annoying, honestly. Use super agent goal architect. Fine. I want to see if he actually added the open conversation thing in the closing because I know we had a problem with this the last time. Place cancel confirmation rejects. Yeah. Need to make sure. One and two clarification steps for updates. Yeah, that's. Yeah, here we go. Update the prompt to include is complete. Apply helpful conversation determine generous. I don't feel like reading all that. Not really what I'm looking for right now. Open conversation state and update detection. When is complete is false, we create a conversation and actions instead of clarification flow. An interface, fork path. Make sure we're closing it. Update conversation routing is continuation handler. We're adding so much more to the handler. Commit, verify rehydration. Conversation state for vague updates. Let's see what cloud code says. What's good? I just want to know what the issue is. H3. type errors in handlers where the return value is used. I don't think this is actually true. Adding is complete to the return type of the respond doesn't break any existing callers. They just don't reference the new field yet. TypeScript. Rehydration is a check. Stop. Vague updates. Okay. At to intern to fix. Also, is he making sure we are closing the conversation? And I also if the conversation isn't closed during the update phase and it gets abandoned, I don't want the thread to be deleted. Just needs to stale. Apps of the plan. Let's call. Path does the same at line, but the vague update clarification path and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, or I'm gonna move this over to the other screen here. I always send everything. Tell intern to add these to the plan. Verify all update conversation paths, complete and delete. In the timeout auto delete handler, check the update context. If present, just clear the conversation state without touching the thread or tickets. Same for pause due to inactivity message. If it's update conversation, either skip the pause message entirely or word it differently since the so after we update this, get this, I'm gonna have to have them that here is what we both found. Good feedback. Let me address all of these. The QC raised 3 issues and 3 additions. Let me fix them in the plan. Thank you, intern. You're very unpaid, and I appreciate you. Technically, your boss is being paid. You're not being paid. Where did you put it? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna have him do it again anyway. Where the hell did you put it? Doc plans. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Education and tightening plan. Okay, so what would you fix? Remove the questions, neither conversation. Stop killing conversations when users ask questions back. Exactly. Like that's a lot of edge cases being fixed today. Got 2 more hours before I need to go, so hopefully intern can fix reiteration step, making implementation step, not just check. Add the 3 QC additions. So we are updating how the updates gets worked right now. Gonna be honest, I will have to have you investigate again when we get that branch done. Because I am changing a few things with that within there about the abandonment stuff. Still since no point tightening the abandoned system now. If you update tickets, branch is going to shift things around anyway. We'd just be fixing code that's about to change when you're done with the update. Yeah. Just he'll do a reinvestigation plan. All QC feedback has been addressed. Yes, cool. Let's get it sent back, I guess. See how the intern did with the changes. Addressed everything. Here's my round 2 QC. Okay. One small change. Start implementation. Yes. Let's sub agent and parallel where you. That's not how you spell where. Where you can. All right. He is sub-agenting and paralleling where he can. I spelled paralleling wrong, didn't I? Oh, I didn't on there. Cool. Using sub-agent driven development to execute the plan. That's what we like to hear. Task 1 and 2 on can parallel. He's actually doing task 1 and 3. Actions at 3 in the agent, so it can run alongside. Tasks 4 and 5 need to wait for 1 and 3 to land, though. Let me know what's going on. It goes. All right, guys. First try Fridays, Saturdays. Then we'll reinvestigate. This works. We will start working on the abandonment issues. They just need to be tightened up. Conversation gets abandoned. Question is answered with a question. Went out the other day being damn lazy. Laugh out loud. The best kind of QCL lazy user accidentally stress testing the conversation flow by doing something no developer would think to do. Bill asks clarification question, use responds with the question back. Bill doesn't know what to do. Conversation advance. That's probably classification loop. Neither question answered when it expected. Yeah, we'll tackle that after this lands. For now, let the intern cook. Oh, dang it. Both done. Down, 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 down. Yes, sir. Okay. Hopefully this will get done soon. I think I'm going to go use the restroom. And we'll do some testing. Alright, welcome back, fellow people that is not watching. Because I don't think it actually. Oop, I don't want to be over there. Wow, these are actually all in order? That's impressive. So March 3rd. So it must be one that Sev added. I really like this. Hopefully this works. First damn try. Do 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 do. And we believe. turn is done, then work on the I believe he is in code review right now. That's so stupid. Down, 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 down. Oh. Will get fixed tonight. Pre-existing tech debts. Is he done? Hopefully he's not. You done? Yes. Hmm. What? We'll throw this over here so everybody can see it here. What was the original date on this? March 4th. Oh, chips. Confirm still. Where is? Was this posted? March 4th, 6:50. I just have to start a new thread to see. Okay. So you immediately said this is still happening. Again, the LLM looked at the conversation. Okay. Not dumb behavior working. Try it on a different thread where this is still happening would actually. Oh, that is smart, actually. Big thing though, it didn't update the linear ticket. We need to look into that as well. I did not send it to linear.
I've been through hell and back. Let me make sure I'm on the right conversation here. Oh, I'm not. Here when moving manually. Moving after creation. So another March 4th one then. Interesting. Gotta fucking sort these. Hell yeah. Disappear when moved manually. Oh. I'll test this more. What? We try. I can work on this. No big deal. Oh, he just figure out what actually happened here. All right, so the original ticket, ships disappear when moved manually. It didn't change like title or anything like that, did it? Moved manually. Was this one created March 3rd? Name of it is Production Parcels Vanish.
Let's see what this does. Might have. So this March 3rd one as well. Ships blink during performance slowdown. Cool. Seems like minimizing fixed it before. Can you tell me more about what's happening? Is it the same blinking during resource loading, or has the behavior changed? Are you still on? It's still the same issue, and I'm on 260305. Same blinking issue. I see you've updated to version. Helpful to know its persistence across versions. Are you still seeing it happen when you have many ships sailing and loading resources? And does minimizing game still temporarily fix it, or has the workaround stopped working too? Still seeing it happen, and I have many ships sailing and minimizing works for the first 5 minutes, then it starts again. Temporary now, work around for about 5 minutes, then blinks. Then that's really useful info, just to make sure I have the full picture when it starts happening again after those 5 minutes. Is it still tied to the resource loading movement, or does it happen continuously once it begins? And are you still seeing the game slow down? Happens continuously, and yes, still slows down. Interesting.
Why did I get disconnected? Interesting. It's just because I'm not talking. it didn't fabricate nothing. Didn't it? Of I'm still testing. Give me a fucking second. I need to come here and figure out what all the testing. Yeah, I don't want that. Ba 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 ba. I'm far away. I think this had the test happening. Okay, that's one thing I need to test. But pretty much everything I did, it should be fine. Users will. I cannot spell. Minizing. What? Minimizing. Working now. We're just gonna leave it here. I just want to make sure that uh includes free. I want to fix them now. What should I tell intern? Must only describe what this message adds, not restate information from previous updates or the original ticket. If the user says minimize isn't working now, the change summary is minimizing workaround no longer fixes the issue, not a recap of the full issue history. Condition response implies action has new information is false. Add the prompt when has new information is false. Response must not imply you are taking any action, saving anything, or notifying anyone. Just acknowledge conversational. Do not say anything like I'll make sure the devs know or I'll update the ticket if you are not actually doing so. That second one I don't care about. Has new info is false. Response must not imply you are taking any action, saving anything, or notifying anyone. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so it updates fine the first time, and then it starts repeating the older issues updates. This is something that Claude and I came up with. It will help. If you have any other ideas, let me know. Good catch, Whitclaw. The change summary is restarting old information because the prompt doesn't explicitly tell the LLM to only describe the delta. Let me apply both prompts. Rising, working more. Issue has evolved. Blinking is now continuously once it starts, and minimizing only provides temporary relief or the problem returns. No. Minimizing is not working at all now. Come on, guy. Not updating to what I am saying. sees the full conversation history, but doesn't know what's already been captured in previous updates. It's the summarization accumulated context, not just the latest message. Let me look at what info it has. Problem. Last user message extracted a line, but never used in the prompt. The LLM gets the full function, full conversation history, and has to guess which message is this message. Let me explicitly tell it. I hate when he kills a bot and starts it up like that. Minimizing. It's not working all now. Yes. Screen does not fix this problem all now. Let's figure this out right. I don't want to just throw things at it. It's actually seeing. This is all I know. Slicing by stored history length, which is unreliable, we should use timestamps or message IDs to determine which messages are new. That's a good idea. Whatever it is for you and both of my kids. You've come a part of me and wow, so the minimizing workaround has completely stopped working now. That's a significant change. It went from working temporarily. This suggests the issue might be getting worse or the underlying cause has changed. Are you still on version? I have not updated at all. I have added more Ships though. Ah, that's key piece of the puzzle. So you've added more ships since the issue first started now. The minimizing workaround has completely stopped working. That really suggests it's tied to the number of ships you have active. Do you remember roughly how many ships you had when minimizing still worked versus how many you had? I had 20-ish. And to fully test, I added another 20-ish. Laugh out loud. Yes. Thank you. Okay, this was a bit deeper than just a LLM change. It was guessing when the guessing what was the new message. We changed it to timestamps. Now we get this. Massive improvement. The update summary is strictly Delta now. User had a linear. Yeah, we need to look at linear. Worked good. Think I'm almost satisfied with this. So now let me go to a different issue here. There was one that I was doing this really badly to. Okay, if I do, this is still happening. This is production partial vanishing entering hubs. See what it generates. Sorry to hear this is still happening. Are you still on, or have you updated then? And is the save before leaving workaround still working? I have updated since then to 26:03:05, and the save before leaving isn't working no more. It just outright deletes the parcels, and I can not get them back. It's every is it production? At least the production parcels. That's supposed to be 26:03:05. That was my bad. You can remove the got to mention bug worsened and you can remove the previously stated. Yes. Okay. This can be tightened up a bit. It is working. Flow works, but it's losing context between corrections. When you correct the version number, build drop the bugs worsened and parcels now delete outright from the summary and made it. You had to tell him to add the bug info back. The third attempt nailed it though. Bug worsened. This issue is in the edit path when the respawn. Want to keep testing? Or are you satisfied? Honestly, the user got to the right results in 3 changes. For V1 of the edit flow, that's functional. The tightening is prompt polish. Okay. Let's just work with we can commit that. Yeah, but it shouldn't have forgotten bug worsening part. And I told it to update the version. Good. I'm glad both of them had the same thought here. Exactly. No, he already restarted it. What a genius. 6 in
Perfect.
is this directive, but we just let it through and let.
I love that. is it?
Alrighty.
I'm gonna disconnect from there, and I'm just gonna stop this stream.